to a new episode, of Sherlock Holmes, and we're now going to go into the Kew Gardens drama. So, as you may be very much aware, this is currently from the Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment game, and there will be a new game coming out in just over a week and a bit's time of called the first chapter of Sherlock Holmes. So I will be intending to play that. So let's get into this one. So you may already remember that from the last one we've already done. I think we already did the first bit of this.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours.
Yeah, so we did do the other parts, so well, I think I did. Okay, I've got a feeling that I did record the actual opening dialogue for this, and I have deleted it. So I will apologise now for that. I'm really sorry. Anyway, so let's get into it. We go into Kew Gardens anyway. Let's get to Kew Gardens. So yes, again, my apologies for essentially deleting what was the first dialogue part of this. Essentially, basically, if you remember rightly, he's essentially asked to go and deal with the case at Kew Gardens. So Kew Gardens, for anybody that doesn't know about it, started here in London in the 1800s.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so Kew Gardens is not that far away really from where I am. It's just about what we call a couple of boroughs over from where I live in London. Right, so I do believe we now have to just go and talk to these.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Right, so, as you can gather from that, basically we came here to investigate the mysterious disappearances of some plants, and essentially what it looks like has been a ruse for Holmes to come and investigate what he feels possibly could have been an actual murder or death. Now, so essentially the tasks are to find the stolen plants from the last exhibition at Kew Gardens and examine the place where Montague Dunn met his death. So,
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
right, so, looking at
What
this.
should we do next, Holmes?
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here. The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed. The esconson was breached near the handle. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
Okay, so
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
it's still saying to use R1. Oh.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot. The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here. This pot was broken fairly recently. A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Right, okay, so we've done that.
Blood. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash, most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Right, so the first one we want to do is the door. Breaking down the door. Right. Right, so hopefully that now see if that is correct.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder? I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection Room.
So he senses murder.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire. Very strange. Half of the colonial collection is absent. The smell is strong. It is a detergent. This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Interesting.
These windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Right, so it's important when you do that actual when you actually do that, you press the what's it to activate it like I did just now, just so that we can do the autopsy.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy then.
Okay, so before we do anything else, we're going to go into the evidence room. Look at the belongings.
This watch is of great value. A beautiful feather pen of a good make. A membership card for the London Crest Club.
Interesting. So, Mr. F. Wayne, Director of Wayne and Sons Printing Company. Friends, your posters for the Great Exhibition of Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all of the staff. My name alone will be sufficient. Okay, so that's going to upset a few people. So I think now we can go and do the autopsy.
First of all, let us carry out an external examination. There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse. The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal. The air from the lungs carries a faint floral aroma. There are no suspicious marks upon the chest. Let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed with the autopsy. No redness, stings, or bruises. Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the internal organs.
Right, so just received a trophy, my grave matters.
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs. The lungs are congested and edematous. The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Right, so there's a bit that I actually missed on here.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
Okay, so there's something we've missed.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death. My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes, it is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder appeals to me.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No, we also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson, it is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about Montague Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Kind of get the impression that he was having linked those together, we know that Don was poisoned. So find the stolen plants from the last exhibition, find the plant that was used to kill Mr. Montague Dunn, inspect Kew Garden staff buildings, blah blah blah. Right, so I think we've now got to go and speak to Lestrade. I'm not sure if what is his office. That's the stuff from. Yeah.
Locked.
Okay, so he's not here. Okay, so I'm going to have to assume that he's gone on to Kew Gardens. Seems takes forever to just get to the next point. Right, so first of all, we're going to just speak to him, Hamish, I think his name was. Right, so
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression, great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say? He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That and...
And?
He had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Right, so now we've got a... certainly seems to have a thing about them, whether they're married or not.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Right. Okay, so it's given us another character portrait. Okay, so right, so that's going to end it for this episode now, and you may have noticed that I've uploaded the journey, started my journey of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Unfortunately, due to some reasons or other, I'm not able to put the like, subscribe and all that jazz that I normally I've been doing of late at the start and the end of the Valhalla videos. So I will look at some other ways of doing that, because unfortunately I'm not via another editing suite, as it appears that I think it is more or less the USB stick that I have, that, and the size of the actual thing seems to be bigger when I've done that than the usual videos like I'm doing now. So hopefully I can find something that will get those bits and pieces up at the beginning and the end, where I say thank you for watching and all that kind of stuff. You will see it on this one and any other ones that I'm able to do it on, until I can, it's just that the Valhalla ones you won't. So I will say thank you for watching anyway, and I certainly hope you enjoyed the journey that I'm going to take on the Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because I was very unsure, and I'm still very much unsure about doing it, but I'm doing it purely because it has lots of connections to me, in the sense that I do have Norwegian ancestry as well as English. So anyway, thank you for watching and have a very good day.